You'd be hard-pressed to find someone in the world whose job has not been affected by COVID-19. From the jobs of people like me and you, to the jobs of professional athletes like NFL players. I think we can all tell by now that actually working in these conditions is less than ideal. But when it comes to the NFL, the individuals whose jobs we may be overlooking are the jobs of the head coaches. So in this video, we're going to talk about how playing the NFL season under the coronavirus conditions is going to affect NFL coaches that are on the hot seat. Let's get into it. My name is Aaron Duncan with the Necessary Blunt and Sports Talk, and I start off every video by saying, what up, doe? This is the channel where I might not tell you what you want to hear, but I'm definitely going to tell you what you need to hear. And I give recap, analysis, and breakdowns of the NFL through podcasts, live streams, and videos just like this. So if you want to see more, make sure you hit the subscribe button and hit the bell icon. That way you don't miss any videos that I have coming up in the future. You know, I've been kind of thinking to myself, with all the craziness that's going on with this NFL offseason, do NFL head coaches deserve a hall pass for this upcoming year? And I say this because most of this offseason has been conducted virtually by teams, from the NFL draft to organized team activities. It's just been weird to me of what's been expected of some of these players this offseason. You know, playing football is not just like some call center customer service job where you can just work at home and expect things to still be business as usual. You know, repetition and chemistry being built are two big things that a lot of people don't realize are a big part of these offseason workouts. The only saving grace that kind of evens the playing field is that all 32 teams are going through these same circumstances, so no one franchise has a clear-cut advantage or disadvantage over another. But the thing is that under normal circumstances, under an offseason, rookie head coaches are allowed to start minicamp 1 week before all other veteran coaches. This allows them to get in, get settled, start meeting players, and laying the groundwork for their own system. And this is things that a veteran coach doesn't have to spend time on during the offseason. The bad part is that veteran coaches that are on the hot seat can't afford to have any kind of disadvantage whether everybody's going through it or not. We all know the NFL is a business and it can be cutthroat at times, but with an abbreviated offseason and players opting out, what does this mean for coaches whose jobs may be on the line? And my short list for coaches who actually are on the hot seat going into the season are Dan Quinn, Doug Marrone, and Adam Gase. But to be totally fair, do these coaches deserve a longer leash because of the crazy times that we're in? Let me know down below in the comments, do you think these guys deserve a pass? I mean, it's not anybody's fault in particular. Nobody could have seen these circumstances coming. And to be frank, we still don't totally know how it's going to affect the season going forward. You know, if I were a betting man, which I am, I would definitely put my money on the fact that I don't think we'll actually play a full season before a coronavirus outbreak happens and everything gets canceled. I'm just wondering if there's any kind of wording in these contracts that allows these coaches to come back and extend their deal if a full season isn't conducted. Let's call it pandemic or natural disaster insurance. But to be completely honest, 2 out of 3 of those coaches probably didn't deserve to keep their job after last season anyway. But in hindsight, it almost seems like a good decision. But if I'm an NFL GM owner, I'd much rather have a veteran head coach like Dan Quinn who has experience making the playoff runs and championship runs and seen the ups and downs of this league, versus a rookie head coach who doesn't know his left from his right when it comes to calling shots in the big leagues. But in my opinion, it can probably go 2 ways. The first is if you're a GM or owner looking for a reason to actually fire the coach that you have because you just don't like him, but he hasn't given you any reason to get rid of him. Most teams are expected to struggle this year, so if your team comes out early and trips and falls over no matter how many scheduled games are played, you have every reason to make a move and get rid of the head coach because of lack of production. If you're a head coach fighting for your job and things don't really go your way, you can come to the negotiating table and say, hey, look at this offseason, this craziness that's going on, and what did you expect from me with the hand I was dealt? But I personally have to think that the good head coaches are going to be able to prepare their team for the future regardless of the circumstances. I mean, just look, we give Bill Belichick such the benefit of the doubt. People are accusing him for encouraging his players to opt out of the season, that way they can tank for Trevor Lawrence in the draft next year. We call those chess moves. This is just because Bill Belichick seems to always be playing chess when the rest of the league is playing checkers. Whether that's true or not, I expect the cream of the crop to rise to the top and be hoisting that Lombardi trophy at the end of the year if we make it that far. And I'll give these NFL coaches who are on the hot seat the same advice that one coach gave me. Control what you can control, try to make things as normal as possible, and find out what's important now in order to win. Yes, the circumstances are less than ideal, but at the end of the day, once it's game time, only thing that's going to matter is wins and losses when it comes to keeping your job.